was a noise from somewhere deep. We heard the sound, it was bittersweet. Voices calling out from an aching heart, getting so much closer by staying apart, singing a song of hope and love that we you heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. The streets are empty, but the sky is clear. You want somebody and can't have them near. Taking shelter where you can when the world is at stake. Alone together, trying hard not to break. Singing a song of hope and love that will heal. You heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. Love is the word, and hope is the song. A song for the lonely, the tired and the weary. A song for the broken, the mighty. Can you hear me? Get beyond our pride and greed. Share everything that we need. We won't be ignored. We will be restored. Singing a song of hope and love that will give. You heard when I heard. I feel what you feel. We will survive. We will stay strong. 'Cause love is the word, and hope is the song.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town,
To feel-good stories and messages of hope.
a few jokes and live calling,
Highlighting local businesses.
discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying a delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Here is a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
The Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Welcome to the morning show.
What a week. Happy Friday, so I can tell you.
Just like any other week.
This has been a long week.
Has been.
All I can say is thank you to Chelsea for coming in today. We were
Saved our
clueless
life.
this morning, and Chelsea said, I'll be there by 10. So thank you for that.
It's actually, I was ready to go old school.
I saw that.
I set it all up.
You said you're coming out of retirement.
I can still do it. I can still
still
set
got
up
it?
a board.
You
Yeah.
still got it.
And then that camera over there, it'll be the first time I've ever run a board on a camera. Remember, I used to be off camera.
I know.
And I posted a show, one of your first shows with me and Les.
Crazy, right?
And the two of you guys were on the camera. And my son says, Dad, why weren't you on the camera? The whole buildup was
Freddie was never on camera.
for a year with you. And then I went on. wasn't
Amazing,
it?
right?
Not a minute, a year.
I don't know what it was.
6 months?
It's been a long time. It's been a lifetime, I think.
It has been. We're closing out the week on a strong drive. It's been a good week. Our friend Kenny Love, I hope you feel better.
Zari, I hope you feel better. There seems to be a lot of stuff going on, so everyone who's not feeling well, just get some rest, have some tea, and let it run its course.
Are we allowed to say the C word anymore?
That is back out again? Yeah.
It's
know.
out.
It's out. I know.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, no insult. Wash your freaking hands. Stay clean. Make sure you stay in your bubble clean because we've gotten back. It is back.
Bad habits.
And the COVID is back. And a lot of people I know have it. And you have to watch, keep your hands off your face. It's funny. I'm going to wear a rubber band. I'm going to give everybody in here a giant rubber band so that when you touch your face, you're going to snap it. And if you don't snap it, I'm going to snap it. That's going to be there. So we're going to get a bag of rubber bands.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Stomach stuff. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I just know it's Friday. We got a weekend coming up. Summer is, I guess, coming to an end for kids that are going back to school. Colleges go back at the end of the month. Teachers go back next week.
Yeah, so what? It's not the, you know,
Kids
you're
go back
ending
the following
cycles
week.
here. It's not a cycle. Summer has school. Florida is not like New York. They don't go to New York. They don't go to school till September.
Now, Florida's just changed their curriculum, but they're not teaching anything of diversity, I guess, anymore. What
No,
is
they're
wrong
not teaching.
with our state?
They're not teaching anything.
What is wrong with our state?
I don't know. It's become no cell phones, no this, no that. Congratulations to that school. Did you see? I think it was in Tennessee. I hope that's correct. There was a shooter who used to be a prior student. He cannot get into school.
Wow.
He tried everything. He even tried to shoot his way in. He could not get into school, and the cops caught him 6 minutes later
Wow.
before he hurt anybody.
You just
So,
gave me the chills on that one.
One of the good guys actually won.
And I know there was a ruling that came out, I think, for the civil trial of Parkland, but we got some big good stuff. Instead of talking about bad stuff, let's talk about some good stuff. Back to school. Do you remember taking your kids back to school shopping?
I loved it.
What'd you take them for?
One for them, two for me.
Uniforms.
One for them, three for me. Morning.
Calculators.
Little way was taking care of someone.
Oh, who?
Sorry.
You
you
ran
did?
to her aid?
Huh?
You wore a mask? Go wash your hands,
I wore
please.
my mask, wash my hands. I got
Good.
disinfectant spray. I'm gonna go clean my car real quick.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she called me and
Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Josh, for doing that.
What were the popular stores back in the day when you guys had kids? Like, what was the popular stores for them?
Target.
99-cent store, the 5 and dime it used to be called. Alexander's it used to be called.
I used to take the kids to Target, Office Depot, and spend a freaking fortune. I remember the biggest thing was the calculator. When they needed that Texas, what was it called?
The Texas
Instrument. The
Calculator.
special calculator that was $100
That's high
and something
school.
dollars. High school was crazy.
I had a slide ruler, a slider to calculate numbers. You remember that?
No.
It was white and you had to, it's Chinese. And I taught them how to use a
A
slide.
slide? Your kids or you?
My kids.
Really? No, I never had that. It was always back to school shopping, Office Depot, which you would spend a fortune. I remember thinking, oh my God, here we go again. The dollar store wasn't even big back then. It came on later when the kids are older. Paper
It
and
wasn't
crayons.
dollar store, it was something
Now with
else.
Amazon, you know the calculators for like $110? You get them for like $50 on Amazon.
Isn't it crazy? Amazon now, I think, is going to change all school supplies shopping because you don't have to go anymore unless you just want to go have fun and buy your kids like, what was it, the Hello Kitty notebooks or all these cute little things. You can get everything on Amazon.
See, when you have 2 boys, you don't worry about that. That Hello Kitty's for girls.
You got to get the cute little
I think the big
backpacks
thing
and
also is tax tax-free week. Like they're doing a thing where now it's back
Yes.
to school, you get everything tax-free.
Yes, it started last week. Yep. No taxes.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Right, tax-free week and all the big stuff, and then notebook paper. Then we used to do school supply drives when the kids were growing up to help the kids filling backpacks. They do that all over the community. So if you've got extra school supplies and you want to give back, all you have to do is look up and see. I know the churches and the synagogues are collecting backpacks for kids that don't have.
It's
which is
funny.
really
I never
nice.
had a free anything when it came to the school supply.
Really?
I had to get it. I had to buy it. I had to hunt it. I had to use it. And the fun thing is we used to go school supply shopping. Michelle did it. I didn't really do it too much because when I went, okay, let's get a notebook. All right, let's go get some hot dogs, or let's go get some burgers, or I was more about going to get that stuff than school supply. You need one notebook. How many notebooks you need?
Well, I bet if I asked my daughter, she would know what she wore every day for the first day of school. You remember any day, any years of what you wore?
Yes, because Justice was a really big thing. So every year when I was like younger, I would get a Justice outfit because it was a very expensive store. So I remember I'd get my Justice outfit, my Justice backpack, my Justice lunchbox, like everything was Justice, and it was so exciting.
That was the theme in your day, right?
Yeah, Justice. It's not a thing anymore, but Justice, when people were preteens, was like the big store because it was expensive. We loved it. It was amazing.
The
First
Power
day of
Rangers
school.
were big. Now, I'm going to embarrass Gio.
Yeah.
Gio had the shirt up tight, the haircut, because you had to get a
Did
haircut.
he like button it up to here? Did he?
And he used to look, he says, Dad, how do I look? I go, you look pretty good. I'm walking to school by myself. I said, no, you're not. You're in the first grade. I'm walking with you. No, because we used to live a block and a half down from the school. So he says to me, I'm a big man. I can do this.
That's really cute.
So I used to follow him, and he turned around and he says, I'm not going to school if you're going to do this. I said, okay. So I used to cross the street, and I used to hide in the bushes. I did this for a long time. He caught on finally. He was so upset.
I gotta tell you, I saw some pictures of you back in the day. You've aged well.
No, I
You
haven't.
look better with age, yes. I like you without hair and.
What the hell are you talking about? What's
Don't you
the matter?
think?
I took a picture with JC yesterday.
I saw
That
that.
picture came out
You
good.
look good.
I said to her, what kind of filter do you
You're looking good. I know. I saw
I
that.
was like, wow, look at I what do you call that when she's taking a picture and you
Selfie?
No, yeah, you crash it or
A
something?
photobomb?
That I went, and it came out really good.
I saw that, so that was a good picture.
I said to Linda, I said, who the hell is that?
You're looking good, I'm telling you, the older you get. See, that's the great thing about men. The older they get, the more mature and debonair they get. Women, we got to deal with all kinds of things and
Well, that's
injections and all
bull.
that
That's
stuff.
not true. That lady that came in here yesterday with the machine on the debut show of,
Gypsy Soul,
I love that name. That lady, what was her name?
Sarah.
With the machine?
Sarah,
That lady's looks like $1 million.
36.
38. But she looks like she's 20.
It's a great, Sea Goddess Spa out in Lake Worth, in
My
North Lake Worth.
goodness, great. And I said to her, I says, you ever been on TV? And she said, no, I haven't. I said, well, you should.
And actually, she's offering a special if you call and you book services at Sea Goddess and you mention Gypsy Soul. She's giving you 20% off. She left some cucumber eye masks, I think, here for people.
There's some stuff in there. Do you wear that stuff, C?
I would like to I would like cucumber because it makes your eyes like less puffy in the morning and like.
So there's a
gives you the
bag
morning
there. Take a
skincare.
bag for yourself.
Okay, I will.
And we're going to be giving a bag away at the midday show. You call in, you get a free bag. She said,
Oh,
I can
good
give them
idea.
away. That was
Great
her
idea.
It was.
Very nice.
Nice show last night. And yes, we heard about the first 40 seconds of it. We're going to fix that. It was an interesting take on high energy for somebody who's never done it allegedly before. She's a teacher. It was really, really a good show. She caught my attention. And that machine that lady brought in, holy smokes.
And I guess after all that, the machine didn't work.
Well, nobody had to know that.
She said the machine didn't work, but it was really nice. She was excited. She said we changed her life.
She
Pretty
said
good.
that. I saw that.
She
I
sent me a
saw
whole
that.
nother email. She's just excited and getting out of your comfort zone. Thank you, Josh, for doing that.
Just clean the entire the control room as well.
Okay,
And
thank you.
G-Man did that last night. He gave this place.
Mike.
a thorough cleaning.
Yeah, she called me this morning. I'm like, I got to get to the doctor's at 8. And then
I
got
was
no one
sleeping
coming
when she
in, and I
called.
called and I woke him. I said,
said,
can you go take her? I
"Hello?"
got a doctor's appointment in a half hour.
She says, "Can you go take her?" I said, "Dawn, I'm not even out of bed
He
yet."
said to
She
me.
woke me up too. Like, where's your roommates at?
That's what I said. So she's by herself.
I knew
so
she
thank
was
you for
sick
doing
last
that.
night. I knew she was sick last night. I saw it, but I didn't want to use the C word.
Okay, thank you
Yeah, no
very, very
problem.
much.
Yeah.
Came on fast.
It's back. Keep your hands off your face. And, you know, when you go to the bathroom, wash your freaking hands. Wash your hands. Wash, wash, wash.
You know what's funny? Because I know when I go into the bathroom here, if I've changed the toilet paper roll or the paper towel roll, and then I realize brand new paper towel roll, nobody used the paper towel roll for like hours yesterday. Which
Unless you
means-
use it.
Which meant no one went to the bathroom, or no one who went to
Washed
the
their
bathroom
hands.
washed their hands. Because you know how it's sealed on the first roll? It was still sealed like 6 hours later.
So Amazon sells a thing that you put on the door. And if you don't wash your hand,
Buzzes?
it rings an alarm and flashes a light. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Really? Ever seen a
It-
restaurant employees must wash their hands? What about patrons? How about everyone should wash their hands?
Well, it has a laser, and the laser is on the drip of the water. So if you don't, when you close the door, it activates it. And if you don't turn the water on, it stays activated. That's how it works. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. So if you open the door and you don't wash your hands, it's going to go woo, woo,
I was
woo.
about to say, what sound does it make when you don't wash?
It has a number of varied sounds, so I'm getting that.
I haven't bleached the bathroom yet. We all cleaned.
Oh.
G-Man came in and did a deep cleaning last night. I did the bathroom, and it was just time.
G-Man got his car.
It's a nice car. Did you see it?
I saw it.
It's really nice.
A Volkswagen, you can't go wrong with a German car.
I gotta tell you, thanks to Gunther Volkswagen in Coconut Creek, he got a great car, a nice deal. The general manager, Rob Klein, has been amazing. We've gotten cars from them for years for the kids. So that's how I knew him.
I want to thank you for helping them do that. And not only that, but I want to thank everybody for keeping G-Man on the positive until he overcame this one obstacle. Now there's some other things he has to work on, but now he has wheels. That means he has legs. When you have legs, good things happen.
But Rob is a great guy. You know, when you're looking for your kid's first car, so Volkswagen was always a great car, and we always lease them. So every 3 years, they got another car. So
Was that the sign you had sent him, or he went to your place?
no, I sent him to Volkswagen, where we always got the kids' cars from.
He got a good deal.
They got Jettas and Passats, and the Chuck's gotten Volvo from Gunther VW, Volvo right next door. So I think we've a lot of cars.
I've always wanted a Tiguan because I love the Volkswagen.
The Tiguan?
The Tiguan. It's kind of like a
Do they still make those?
crossover.
I had
I
two.
think so.
Tiguan.
Linda,
you did?
Linda got one and Sarah got one. And Sarah, thank goodness she wasn't hurt, got into an accident. They totaled hers, so she got a brand new whatever. But Linda had one for the longest. Great car.
Beautiful.
Great car.
Anna has the bug. She's such a bug person, though, right?
That's the only car she can get, I think.
She's got two. She's got one here and one in Arizona. But she's the perfect bug person.
She said that her bug in Arizona has all sorts of stuff in it,
It
like
has a name. Like, she's got stickers all over
Penelope.
it. Right? Wasn't it?
Penelope.
And she's got, like, pins on the ceiling.
She's a throwback to the 60s, man. Let me
hilarious.
tell you, all
Are you
4
guys
foot.
talking about the Tiguan?
Yeah, it's nice,
Beautiful.
right?
We had them in brown. As a matter of fact, do you remember the gentleman Amos,
Mm-hmm.
famous Amos at Gunther? And we made famous Amos famous because he used to give you a bag of cookies every time you bought a car from him. So I tried to get the bag with our logo on it. It's a long story. I bought 2 from him, and they would not give me the floor mats for free.
Do they go through school to be a car salesman, or is it just a technique that they pick
Technique.
up? Oh, okay.
Sales
It's a sale.
I can't tell you it's like would be a good job fit for you right now. Maybe in the future, but not right
For
now.
me?
Yeah.
No. I'm a terrible salesman.
Poor Josh.
That's
He
not-
left yesterday with a migraine.
Why?
Just a little.
The lady, the girl was very happy. You did a good job.
Well, it was that, and then I had the
meeting
meeting
we had in the
with
morning.
Kim.
Well, I want to bring that up because it's official that we are going to be covering a pay-per-view for the FAU gig October 7th.
For the wall, October 6th, I think it is.
Oh, we are doing the wall.
It's the 7th.
Okay, maybe.
October 7th. We are doing the wall.
Pink Floyd, the wall.
And in the meeting yesterday, she shifted to Josh. Because Josh is the age demographic. I just stood quiet. That's why when you came, I said, okay, let me go deal with Vin. Because well, what do you think? And what do you think? And what do you think? And Josh is doing the graphics. She wants some graphics done. She wants to see what we're capable of doing.
Because our generation that remembers the wall, we're going to go on to Eventbrite, or you go on your ticket source and you buy a ticket. Their generation that now likes Pink Floyd and the Wall, they go through their social media outlets. So you need to cross-market everything. So she's got the big billboards by the airport for our people, but for their people that you want to come and buy the pay-per-view, that may want to watch it at home or streaming or in the college dorm room and have a party with it. I know my brother would have totally done this when he was a kid and had a party. G-Man, the same thing, right? And buy it. You need to market to the social media side.
And it's funny because she says, I've never been a Pink Floyd fan. I don't know the music and everything, but apparently this group that's doing it is somebody. But I like the way the meeting went yesterday because she went right to Josh. So Josh, you're going to be the spokesperson for this event.
I was sweaty
Why?
because I was nervous. I've never been in a business meeting
What'd you
before,
think?
know?
So here's what he said to me. Can Freddie stop leaving in the middle of meetings? Because I want to see the way he ends a meeting.
Who, me?
You.
There is no ending.
That's why I sat in again for
Valentina.
the Valentina one, because I didn't know what to say, so I wanted to see what to say next time.
And then you got up and left again. That's when
Yeah.
I said, can you come back to the meeting? Which you never did.
What meeting? It
With
was
Valentina.
It was a producer. How many of those have you done? First of all, I go by vibes when I do a meeting. And I know when to shut up and listen, and I know when the floor belongs to somebody else. And in this case, when you were with Kim, she went right to it. She asked you straight up, I want your opinion.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And you had left. So don't look at me like,
I had
why
to
are you
play it safe,
leaving?
I know.
Oh.
That's the end of the show.
But it happens, but you can handle all of this stuff. This is all about vibes. And when you went with Valentina, I knew she was in good hands. And I talked to her on the way out, and she has some things to decide. I knew it right away when she walked in. I could tell on her body chemistry. So I decided to talk to, I think it was Denise, and it was Vinny at that time. Vinny's a very interesting guy, and he's going to try to get our coffee out to the public and everything. He has other ideas that he wants to do, and I took that. But the thing you guys did with Kim, we got the gig. We're going to be doing October 7th. Also, September 3rd, we got that gig
At Gulfstream
at Gulfstream for the Gypsy Nation, a.k.a. Gypsy
Nation. With Georgie Lakatos.
Gypsy Kings,
Yeah.
a.k.a. Gypsy Nation.
That one's going to be a big one for us.
It is.
Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
go take a look. We got to look at both theaters.
Well, they're
and how
all
we're
big.
going to run and pull sound.
Well, they're all big because what I want to do, and I'm going to be talking to certain movie theaters, is I would like to stream it to the movie theater and rent out the movie theater and sell tickets in that location because it's going to sell out. I'm going to tell you, it's going to sell out. And unless you go with the pay-per-view or you're going to have another option. Certain people, sometimes they want to go to the theater. I know, it's not a good idea. I should do something out of state, right? Like San Francisco to here.
No, I think it's all good.
No, we're
ideas.
going to do the pay-per-view. Why would I do that?
I think it's all good ideas.
Well, the object of the game is we're going to streamline this thing so that you'll be able to access these things once they're sold out. So the pay-per-view, the pay-on-demand, all that is coming. I'm excited about that. And she wants to hear about some of the artists that we have, which
Which
is
would be
kind of
really
cool.
nice. I would love to do it with Kendra. I think Kendra would be great. And to pair it with the charity, with her mom, and all the philanthropy they do in East Boca, I think would be a
We have to
huge
call her
win.
mom in.
So I hear there's a big controversy with Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah, home record.
Yeah, I think Nikki was telling me about it yesterday that she
So
went
this-
for a man.
This is what basically happened. So she's on a set with this guy. So let's Ariana. I think we'll call him like Dawn or something. Ariana and Dawn are co-stars. Dawn has a wife and a child. Ariana Grande is married. Ariana Grande and Dawn have been hooking up on the low, but the thing is, this fiancés kind of figured out that they were like together, but they decided to go their separate ways and try to fix their marriages. While they were fixing their marriages, quote unquote, they were still getting together, which was crazy because Ariana went on like double dates with them multiple times. Ariana met her baby. Ariana held her baby. Ariana was like with the wife, and they were becoming close friends, only to find out that she was still like messing with her husband. And so like they're both divorced, and she the basically the wife was just like, she came out and like did a whole interview, and she was like, basically, Ariana's not a girl's girl because she's not. Because how are you gonna mess with somebody's husband? And they also have a child together.
Hold on.
Yeah, I've heard they accused her of not being
Wait
a
a
girl's
minute.
girl.
Wait a minute. How many stories are going with this? She had an affair with the wife.
She had an affair with the husband.
The
Don. I
husband.
forgot.
Her
Yeah,
co-star.
It
the,
was
her
just-
co-star.
It
Yeah,
was just that, but it kept going and on and on and on.
yeah,
and
it kept
So
going.
the husband, she had a friend affair, a girl thing with the girl, and she was messing around with her husband.
No. They were friends. So Ariana Grande and the wife were friends. Like they got to know each other obviously because girls
Okay.
when
So
they're
there's
co-stars,
the
they get to know-
sisterhood.
it's like
Okay.
a sisterhood. Yeah, and they met. She met her baby. They held her baby. Like
Okay, but who did she have the affair with?
The husband.
the husband, which is
The
why it wasn't
girlfriend's
cool.
husband.
The wife, yeah.
I see. And did the girl have an affair with Ariana Grande's husband?
No, they
No.
were just they went on double dates. Like they were
Okay.
friends. You know,
Alright.
they were a couple friends. But
Alright.
then they've also came out that Ariana Grande home wrecks a lot. Like every relationship she's basically been in, she's taken from somebody else. Like she's had like 3 relationships where she's like home wrecked somebody else's.
And she got busted.
She got
R.I.P.
yeah,
Mac Miller.
yeah.
That
Does
was
it-
her husband, boyfriend too?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they
think
were
somebody
boyfriend,
else. I
girlfriend
think
That's
back
what
in the
I thought.
who's the black guy? Who's
How
the,
old is she? She's like what? 20? Is she 30?
She's like 29. She's like 30.
29.
Yeah.
She's
20s.
Kendra's
what I
age
thought, so
because
28,
they were here
29.
together.
I know.
They're the same age. You know, that's just okay. So what happened, man? What's the big deal?
Well, she just got caught for being a homewrecker, and everyone was like, "Whoa, like girl, that's not
I
cool."
don't know if
'cause
she's a home wrecker. I think that he has more to do with it than she does, but that's my
Well,
opinion.
it takes two, right?
it does take 2.
But
I
it's
mean,
my
honestly,
opinion.
it takes 2.
Yeah, but you're not just messing around with anybody. You're messing around with somebody, and when you get it's like Nixon, right? He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and Ford pardoned him. I mean, come on. There's stuff happening. I just don't see that being earth-shattering. And don't call her names, because what is he then? I think he's the one that ruined his
He's not getting the
marriage.
butt of anything.
Yeah.
He is. Well,
Why
he's
is it
getting
all
bullied
online?
online
'Cause he ain't a
because he's
nobody.
because he's like I don't know how he pulled with Ariana Grande. This man, honestly, in my opinion, isn't. I don't feel like he's on Ariana's level, and so people are like, "Oh, this man's like a cheater." Like they don't like him either. But
Is he a good-looking guy?
Because Ariana Grande, no, because I'll show you a picture. Because Ariana Grande is a bigger star.
So
it's
is
a
it
bigger
different if you're a star versus not a star? If you're in the
Of
same
course.
situation?
Of course. It's like
The-
Josh having an affair with J-Lo. And they're going to call J-Lo, and he's married. And they're going to say J-Lo is the homewrecker because she's the somebody.
Yeah, whoever the bigger star is, they're gonna go for.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna bring up the more news, the more popularity, and all that.
Have you seen all the pictures of JLo on social media? It's not even her.
It's not her.
Some of them are her. Some of them
They're old pictures.
are not her because the
Old
body's different in every picture, but it's on consistent posts. And it's like one post she's, looking like my age, and then there's another post she's looking like and she's her 30s. So I guess they're going back in the archives and pulling all different pictures.
That's on her. She shouldn't have access to that to the public. It's what I tell you. Don't put something out that you don't want to
show you a
haunt
picture
you.
of why people are just like, how did he pull her? I don't know. It's just.
That's the
That's
husband?
him?
That's
No,
not
that
him.
was the husband. That's the guy who was cheating.
That's the boyfriend?
That's her co-star. The co-star
But
that
that's
was
the guy
cheating.
she was hooking up with.
Yeah.
Allegedly, or not allegedly.
Whoa,
No,
whoa,
not
wait a minute.
allegedly.
Wait, put that back up. Okay, so she and him have a show.
They're doing Wicked, the movie musical.
The two of them.
They're co-stars.
Her husband, his wife, is who she hooked up with.
No, she hooked up with him.
And they did a show together.
They're
on a
they're
Broadway
doing a
show.
movie.
That's just Showtime. That's
Let me show you her husband though. Her husband, I just don't understand. Like, this, I'll show you his wife.
You think Ariana Grande is pretty?
No.
Really?
Yes.
I think she's a pretty woman.
I think she's okay. No, she's not gorgeous. She's okay, but she's a good kid.
She works hard. I mean, to keep that body.
Yeah,
That's a
she's
lot of work.
thin. She. I can't believe. She dated him because they work together. What kind of show are they doing?
They're doing Wicked the musical. This is his wife. Like this is his wife, and they have a child together.
They match.
This is
Look
why
at
She's
this
not
guy.
attractive either.
Wow.
And then
I think the guy was SpongeBob in the
He was.
musical.
I was gonna
That's what
say, he looks like
Nikki
he was
said.
He looks like Pee Wee
Herman.
Herman. Stop it!
Get
Don't
out
do
of my
that.
head.
people were
He's
like,
Pee Wee
How do I
Herman.
do that? I know.
I said that's Pee Wee Herman.
I
And he
need
rest
a
in
light on
peace.
Josh. Maybe it's your hat.
Josh, you're a little
Josh,
dark.
you're a little dark. Well, we never have an extra light in here. I don't know why.
I don't want to take my hat off because I couldn't, shower.
Because you ran out this morning.
Yeah, I had to run out of my house.
I have a question. So suppose that you are with your significant other, because you're not married. If it was your wife, it would be a better question. And you go to a place, a party or something, and this gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous woman comes up and she starts hitting on you while you're with your wife or significant other. I think we asked this question once. What do you do?
I'll drop kick her in the face.
Right, I'm like, excuse me, do you not see my significant other? Please leave me alone.
You would say something?
Well, yeah, because that's disrespectful for both parties. Like, if
Or
someone...
wouldn't that embarrass your guy?
I don't, that's just disrespectful. Especially hitting on somebody else.
You would kick her in the face?
Drop kick her.
Why?
Right in the sternum.
Have you not seen
But she's
the,
paying
it's
you
a
a
meme on
compliment.
TikTok for
What is
people
wrong
for
with this guy?
like women practice like with guys. Like if the girl comes up to a party, what do you do? And the guys like just push them. Like no, don't go away if you have a girlfriend. It's like a joke. It's funny.
Wow.
I wish a girl would come up to me.
Nikki
Yeah.
would drop kick him.
Oh, Nikki would probably drop kick.
Nikki
First
knows
of all-
boots.
Yeah.
You
First
wait
of
to
all-
see Nikki's boots.
No.
First of all, let me
Just
tell
kidding.
you something about this guy. Mr. Flirtatious.
Not he hasn't
Oh,
been like that lately.
Josh is
you
just
can
nice.
call it.
No, I think I've been a lot better.
I do too.
No, you may have gotten a lot better because they got boots in the house. But I'm gonna tell you, this guy, that little smile he does, and he puts that little face that he
He
does.
used to. I haven't seen him do that in a
Oh
while.
no, I saw
actually.
him do it the other day.
I
And
haven't
you won't
seen
say
it.
nothing.
But let me tell you about Nikki's boots. She's got these black boots. They come up to her knee, full on boots, and a heel like this with like chains on them.
Yeah, what's
And
wrong
she
with
says, they just happen to be in my trunk. She would drop kick anyone in those boots. There's no messing with Nikki. It's that Latina in her. So you don't know who she is. It's like this hidden
that?
Colombian
What are you
in her.
talking about?
Nikki's boots.
Nick is half Colombian. She's half Latino.
I understand
But
that,
you
but
wouldn't
she
know it.
doesn't have a bone like that in her body. She's not that kind of person.
Huh?
I feel like Nikki
She's
would.
scarier than me.
No, she's not. She has to keep you in check, and I can see why. We had a little chit chat, me and Nikki, in here. So yeah, you gotta watch him. He's a little flirtatious. She goes, yeah, I know. I can see the way he acts.
This is
Deep check there,
What do you
Mr.
got?
Nixon.
I'm just one of the girls.
Ariana's husband. That's why I was like, he's
Oh
so
wow,
he's
he's
attractive.
adorable.
Who the hell is that?
That's her
That's
husband.
her husband.
So
well,
she
they're
cheated
divorced now.
with Pee Wee Herman over this guy?
Yes, that's why everyone was like, how did he pull her? That makes no sense. Like, what?
Oh my God.
Maybe Pee Wee
He
Herman
kind of
has a
look
nice
a little
pee-wee.
bit.
Wow.
Pee Wee Herman is built like an elephant.
That's what-
Elephant turtles?
Wow. And he passed away.
I know, may he rest in peace. Listen, come on. Why in the world was she? I'm not going to say.
I don't know. Anyway, to each
Personality
his
had
own,
to
I
be
guess.
strong.
Everyone's got to do what they got to do.
It's part of the business. Now it could be all made up. Controversy does so, but they're getting divorced. So I guess it's not.
They are divorced. They're both divorced now because they were continuously doing it after they tried to fix their marriages, quote unquote. So she's divorced.
Wow.
More and more it happens. All right, what else you got for Friday? We got any Friday tidbits? Back to school, hot topics.
Football was on yesterday.
Yeah, your Jets, how'd they do?
Horrible.
When
are
I
you
went to
talking
bed,
about?
they were up.
I got to tell you, I don't care about the score of the game. I just don't like the third stringer. There's a battle for the third quarterback. And the kid that was playing in the fourth quarter last year, I liked him. My God, he was horrible. Horrible. I think 7 yards in the whole quarter. Come on now. And I don't like the play calling. If things are going bad, let him open it up. And the kid didn't run around the pocket. He didn't do none of that. Because they said they don't want you running around on that turf. You know about the turf?
No, but I know they don't play on that field. They only play on that field for the Hall of Fame game.
That's right. And there's a high school or college that plays on that.
Yeah.
That turf is so thick that when you wear cleats, you could twist an ankle. That's why they took out, or the Jets took out even the second stringers. So, but the play calling was very conservative. Throw the freaking ball, man.
Did you know there was a game last night? Was it the first
I was
preseason
watching
game?
it on my phone.
It wasn't even the first preseason game. It was like the kickoff to football, something like that.
Well, you had a lot of Hall of Famers. You want to hear the sad thing?
DeMarcus Ware, a Hall of Famer cornerback for the Denver Broncos, I think it was, he sang the national anthem. So that was pretty cool.
He was an end. He played for Dallas, and then he went to win the Super Bowl with Denver.
I heard that the game of football is kind of changing the way that they like push out rookies a lot. Like you can like get into the NFL and then in 2 years they have your replacement ready already. Like the only like secure spot you have as a football player
There
is
no
like
secure spot.
is
Yeah.
quarterback.
Not
Other
even,
than that,
not even. This carousel that now quarterbacks are going everywhere.
No, the running backs are in trouble.
Like,
Not
they're-
in
they're-
trouble,
the
but
running backs are
there's,
like you get
Nobody's
replaced.
playing running back football anymore. If you take a hammer and you put it on the table and you hit your hand every day and you do this for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, do you think you're going to have a hand left?
So you don't like your Jets and you don't like your Mets.
The Mets, I'm
So
totally.
maybe you need some new teams. Maybe you should go for the Dolphins and the Marlins.
Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe you should become a Florida fan or the Eagles.
Yeah.
No,
He'll
no,
more than happy
I'm
to
not.
take you
I'm not.
over.
Let me jump on something that wins. I'm just frustrated with the fact that my son calls me every morning to tell me how great the Jets are going to be, and I'm predicting that their record is going to be 5 wins and 13 losses, or 12 losses.
12. So they're going to be
5 and
12 and 5. They'll make it into the wild card.
They're going to be 1-6 their first 7 games. Put your money on it. You know who they play? Look at the schedule.
I already know what conference they're in. They're in one of the toughest conferences
But look
right
at the
now.
teams in the first 7 games. It's going to be a bloodbath. And what's going to happen, Aaron is going to try to do too much, because this is what happens. And you're going to lose them by week 6.
I have a question.
Trust me.
I'm confused. If everybody in professional football is literally a professional football player, why do quote unquote some teams suck and some teams are just better? Like, what makes them better if everybody's on the same level of their
200
game?
reasons.
Yeah, there's a lot of reason, but it goes down to the coach and the sportsmanship between the teams.
And the preparation.
But if they know they suck, why like people just know like, oh, the Dolphins suck. Why do people
They
like,
don't suck. The Dolphins probably will win the division this year. They
Did that last year,
actually
though. They got close
they
the
got
last year.
they lost against Buffalo. Otherwise, they would have won the division.
Well, I got to keep their quarterback healthy.
That's another problem. You see, there are different aspects to the game. Offensive line, which gets beat up every game, you got to have not only a good offensive line, you got to have good replacements, because you can't play a whole game.
How old is the Dolphins coach? He's young.
34.
I love that
He's
guy.
young.
And what's he
I-
making?
Millions. I don't know.
At 34.
But,
But I love
he
that
did good.
guy.
Yeah, he went to Harvard.
He
He's
has
a
the right
brilliant mind.
mentality for football.
Amazing.
It's funny, when I coached high school, the head coach, I was the defensive coordinator, it's something that I had done in baseball, and they came in all padded up to practice, and he says, okay, give me 12 miles today. And everybody went, excuse me? 12 miles and keep your helmet on. That's today's practice. He did it all week.
Wow.
And every practice ended with 100-yard dashes. We were the best physically fit team in Florida. That's why we won, because they were exhausted by the end of the game, and we were fresh as a daisy. Philosophies. If you believe in that philosophy and you preach it and you teach it, you go from
But
there.
it's different. It's like back in the day when medical students, when they went to residency, you worked 24 on, 12 off, 36 on, 12. You just did it. And then, not that there's unions, but then all these schools got together and said, no, it's not right. You shouldn't do that. So you can have a 12-hour shift on and a 12-hour shift off to keep you fresh. However, when you're in an emergency or you're in a surgical
You got to go.
situation and you're in a surgery for 15 hours, you can't go, oh, wait, I'm 3 hours over. I need to take off. There's no, right?
There's
you
no
don't have
taking
that
off.
resiliency because you haven't been trained that way. So there are some fields, I think, that you need that training in to be able to have the wherewithal to keep going, the persistence.
Well, it's funny because Revis, who is being enshrined in the Hall of Fame, left the Jets to go win a Super Bowl with Tom Brady in New England. And Revis talks the difference. Now, they make you sign a contract when you go play to New England. You are not allowed to give out the secret sauce. That's why they've been so successful with their coach. So he can't say it, otherwise he gets sued for like $100 million.
They interviewed him last night during the game. I thought he was a talker.
No.
He's a very, just
Very
down to
withdrawn
earth,
guy.
yeah.
They had to show his wife because he wouldn't talk. You saw that?
yeah.
But Revis said the difference between what the Patriots do and the Jets do is night and day. They ask you questions about who you're going up against. Now, Revis was known as Revis Island because he was the best in the game at the time. And they used to ask him, what number is the number one receiver on the team? What's his position? What does he play? What do you do when he's in the slot? All these questions in the hallway. Not even in practice. You had to psychologically know the game that you were going to be playing for the next 16 weeks at the time. And that's what the difference was, preparation. And he's a Hall of Famer now. He was going to make the Hall of Fame even if he didn't go to the Patriots, but they just let him go so he can go get a ring because they just weren't going to win a ring.
Preparation mindset makes a big difference.
Joe Klecko was there. Got to see him. Do you know the guy from the Dolphins was being enshrined as well? What's his name with an M?
The linebacker?
Matt Moore?
Matt Moore. That's a
That's a
Throwback,
throwback.
right?
No, I can't remember his name, but I saw him play. I saw Klecko play. I saw Rivas play. All of them. I saw Ware play. I saw all these guys, and I'm sitting there, and I'm telling Linda last night. I says, I must be old, and she goes, Why?
Why?
I said, because
Oh,
they're retired.
Zach Thomas.
Zach Thomas. My God, what a jet killer he was.
You got into the Hall of Fame?
That's when the Dolphins were good. Early 2000s.
And he was in a almost near fatal car accident, car accident, when he was a teenager, and they left him deaf in one ear. So the problem was Jimmy Johnson drafted him. And he said to him, if you don't have 8 sacks in the first 3 years, you're a bust. He said the story last night. And he had to overcome only hearing on one side. And the way he said it was, it made him a better everything, because he had to focus and sort of lean in.
Interesting, right? When you lose with sense, you have to overcompensate with another one, what people do.
And he cries, like, he's very sentimental. He was crying last night on the air. And they put the camera in his face. That was cool. Because he was saying that he's been gifted. Do you know only a certain number of players have been in the Hall of Fame since football started? So here's Aaron Rodgers walking down the wall, and they have the head bus. Is that what it's called, a head bus?
Yeah, the bus.
And he's looking at all these buses, and he says, they asked him, how does it feel when you're going to see your face, your head bus on that wall? Because you know he's going to go in the Hall of Fame. And he says, surreal. He says, I don't know how to thank God for this. I mean, think about
I
that.
understand it. I just don't see it.
Who?
For Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, no, he was
He has
of the
one
greats.
Super Bowl. I'd put Eli
He has
Manning.
two, I think.
I'd put Eli Manning in there over Aaron Rodgers.
You know, sometimes you're on a bad team, like Joe Namath. Isn't Joe Namath in the Hall of Fame?
Probably.
He only won Super Bowl, but he took
He's
the
most
AFC.
he's the most interceptions by a quarterback of all time.
and he still combined the AFC and the NFC. And that was the first time the AFC won when they combined the leagues, because it was always the Green Bay Packers or the Baltimore Colts with Johnny Unitas. And he made a bold prediction, and he won. And he deserves to be in there. There's certain people that deserve to be. I thought Klecko deserved to. Klecko doesn't have great numbers either.
But you watched the game last
35 years. I watched it. And my son didn't call me this morning, because he knows I'm going to blast him.
night. Who had time for a phone call this morning? We were dealing with so many other things this morning. We had the AC guy was in here. I wasn't even here, and the AC guys were here. I'm like,
I was
poor
about to say,
Dory.
it's hot in here a little bit.
You should have been here last night.
Last night was hot.
Last night
But
was
what
hot.
we're going to do is gonna keep the lights low, keep the fans blowing. He says do not lower it tonight, let it cool off, because the problem is that cement absorbs heat and it begins to filter through the walls the heat. So that's our biggest nemesis. But
morning.
it's still comfortable. Come on down, catch a show. Yesterday JC did her show and she thanked us
That's
for
funny. She just texted us as you said that.
Oh yeah, she thanked us for a phenomenal situation. She wanted to thank you personally. You didn't get to see her last night.
She wanted to thank everyone for last night. She said she's so sorry because she freaked out without you here, but she got better.
Did
30
it go
seconds to go. It was all fine.
Oh.
Well, kind of. We'll talk to you about it off air. But it all worked out
Okay.
okay.
It worked.
It worked out
It just
fine.
didn't work the way JC likes it to work, because she didn't get to warm up.
But she said it was a great show, so she said thank you for everybody.
But
Her
we were short.
apologies.
We were short staffed last night. had 4 people doing different things and moving around.
And you had me on set, so I wasn't even like there to help run anything. I couldn't be CBS last night.
And she actually Dawn did a nice job last night. And I was sitting with Delroy, and I had to hear all the wow.
Because I
she's
saw
good.
that you were on Making Money as well too. You did 2
I
shows
did 3
back
shows back to back, because then we were on JC shows also.
Oh
So
Jesus!
I did All County, Laura, and then Freddie
I
and
saw
I
that
did.
on YouTube. I was like, why is Dawn? I was like, oh, special guest Dawn. I was like, oh, I guess she's Dawn.
Special guest, right? 'Cause Louise was out. Congratulations to Louise Gomez. Her son graduated from FSU. I guess it's today or tomorrow, so I filled in for her on that, and then I sat in for Laura's guest, and then we sat in with JC, and then I don't even know what
Sat
happened on the
Royce?
other side. You feel different now that you're 27?
No.
You're still Royce, and there's Dawn DeBook
Dawn.
in the house. All right, you ready to wrap this up?
Yep.
She's halfway down the ramp.
Let's turn
All
you
right.
around when you get down here. Turn around.
Put on the beepers.
It's like that joke, you get halfway in a room, and how do you get out? Do you go back out the same way, or do you, anyway.
You do a 360.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. Tune in today for our midday show. We've got special guests all the way from where? Pennsylvania and California. We're going national today. And we'll see you in a little bit.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.